But shout the cock out, folks. What's happening, Johnny Line? Over D-Post. And my boy Hootie right there. Oh, man. All right, today, we got something. I want to say this. All right, I hope y'all can see me. All right, look. Like, every time this bass comes in, I get excited. Now, when I first started putting all deers in basses, a good friend of mine bought me his bass, which is this bass right here. And he used Duncan Designs pickups and an all deer preamp in it. And this thing took off as far as video is concerned. It actually took off. And I mean, it's been, a lot of people been looking at the video and watching the video and stuff like that. And I'm like, sweet. Oh, I had a brush somewhere. Well, somewhere. And, man, and so today it came back in again. Well, this weekend it came back in. And it came back because it needed, a neck adjustment. So, hold on a second. So it needed some neck adjustment. Sorry, excuse me, y'all. And I can see a little touch-up things that's happening here. So I got my little touch-up stuff. All right, good. And so it needed a neck adjustment. So I took it and adjusted the neck. And on these basses, you can use the old Fender 1-2 punch thing. Ta-da! The T-tuner. Look, I said T-tuner. There's no such thing as a T-tuner. It's just a Fender 3/16 Allen wrench Jimmy. I said Jimmy. It's an Allen wrench Jimmy. And it goes right in the top of the headstock because this is a Mexi, a 2002 bass. So, you can basically adjust it from the neck. So what I normally do when I adjust the neck on some of these basses, what I normally do is loosen the strings up because I don't want all that tension on the neck. I loosen the strings up and then I just take a bite. I take a quick half a turn bite and then I let it sit for like 5 minutes, and then I take another half a turn bite and I let it sit for another 5 minutes. And then if it's still not low enough, I will go to my bridge and adjust my bridge. But I have to check the frets first. I run my hands down the side of the neck and see if the neck is shrinking, anything like that. Because normally when the neck is shrinking, that the frets are coming up. Normally, when the neck is shrinking, and when it's in a dry place, basically, it starts searching for water, and the neck starts shrinking, and the frets comes up. Then you're in trouble, all right? Especially if they come up too much. So basically, today all I did was adjust her, check, and now I'm going to check the intonation on it. Cause I pulled the neck up, so it's gonna give me a different reading. Look, we learning something today, boy, young lady. All right, so I got my trusty chord tuner. It's trusty for me. Some people use snorts. I ain't mad at you. Use a snort if you want to. All right, so I picked the neck up off the table. I gotta pick it up off the table, and I don't do this. That's just crazy. When people do that, I'm like, why they do that? It's like it ain't gonna never tune because you're still stroking it. I said stroking it. Okay, anyway. All right, so I can see from right here that the pickups need to go down. The rear pickup needs to go down just a little. If your pickups are too high, it will actually fade out. What do you mean fade out? Well, it will give you a different reading. You get this. Your wave file will be kind of funny sounding. I can't explain it, but it don't sound good. All right, so I'm going to the G, which is the first string. I'm going to tighten it up. All right. I didn't change strings on it because he didn't say change strings. He just wanted to bring the intonation up a little and straighten the neck out. So that's what I'm doing today for this girl. So, and intonation check. It shows me that it's a little sharp. So I got to bring it back. Now, when your bass is sharp, you screw your saddles backwards toward the butt of the bass. When it's flat, you screw it towards the neck. I just learned that! And then you go back and check it again. So what you want to do, you want to take your tuner and check it, make sure that green light is on and the red light is not on. And then you go to your 12th fret and you hit it right in the middle of the 12th fret and it tells me I'm still, well, oh, that's perfect. All right, then I go to my next string, my number 2 string. I do the same thing on the number 2 string. And while I got his bass here, I'm going to tighten up his tuners too. And you're like, well, why? Because, as you play, your tuners loosen up a lot of times. And loosening up will cause your bass to go out of tune too, intonation-wise. A lot of people are like, that ain't true. Okay, well, it's you. All right, so this one shows me on flat. So I need to go toward the neck, the headstock, to make it dead center. Check it, tune it again. Make sure that the green light is on all the way, no red is on each side. Green light, green light. Green light, green light. And if you don't want to act right, you can always bend your strings down. Go to the bridge and just bend them down, so they'll fall over the bridge. And to me, they got a tendency to tune a lot better. I'm just saying. I can hear the strings are dead though. He's been playing it. Oh yeah, a little bit more, and I'll be good to go. So I'm taking my fuller screwdriver and I'm canning it towards the headstock. But I'm watching my saddles because I don't want to run out of screw while I'm screwing. That don't sound good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Goody. That didn't sound good, man. All right. Perfect. Going to my next string. Doing the same thing. So this is an A, but I'm looking at G. All right, so here's an A. I'm going to put it right up. There's the middle. Perfect. There's the E. Oh, yeah. Here we go. The E is acting kind of fun. All right, so I go to my 12th fret. Perfect. There's the B. I can actually hear it. Now, if the B don't want to act right, I go down to my 2nd fret. And it tells me the B needs to come down. There it is, see? And I go right to my 12th fret and hit it. And it needs to go forward. So, now the question is, suppose I run out of adjusting screw. What do you do then? Then you go to your hardware store. You take your screw that you have, the existing screw, take it out, go to the hardware store, and in Home Depot they have this little screw thing mounted on the wall that you can check and tell what kind of screw you got, and it'll tell you. And I would just get a longer one. That's just me. Okay. Oh yeah. So I need to go a little bit farther. Now what I'm keeping an eye on this because I don't want to run out of screw. And it's telling me I'm actually flat, but now I should be perfect. Right. So I'm going to do something else. I'm going back to the bridge because I can hear it rattling a little bit. I'm going to pull it up. Just a little. Okay. Back down. And check the intonation. Ah! Perfecto! Ain't good. Alright, so I take my little screw thingy out, which is the Allen wrench. And I move all this stuff out of the way so my bass won't get scratched. So there's nothing underneath the bass. You don't want anything underneath the bass or even close to the bass so you can accidentally hit it with something. I go to my trusty amp. This is my desktop amp. It's a desktop. Hey, this joke cost $5, man, at a yard sale. I done had it for like, now I guess like 13 years, 12, 13 years. Look, and it still works. It don't sound that great, but it works. And this gives me an opportunity to check my preamp too. All treble, all bass, mids. I can hear the sweeping in the mids, and volume. So if they was dirty, I'd be hearing. And that's a whole different ball game. All right, so then I go down to my very last fret. I know the amp sounds horrible, doesn't it? All right, so I can turn it down so it won't sound so bad. As long as I don't get that or bottoming out, I'm good. So this bass is ready to go. Look, ready to go. And there you have it, folks. She is so pretty. Got an all-day preamp in it, and she is still a monster. Look at her. Neck is nice and straight. I can see that, man. Strings laying down on it. Woo! You go, girl. With your bad self. With your bad self. Shout the cock out, folks. Hey, please subscribe to my my channel. I mean, if you don't mind. And you know who? Hey man, you alright, man? Cause you ain't say anything. You're like, I don't say nothing. I'm just here. All right, so there you have it, folks. Thanks for coming by my Homo Depot custom bass shop, and thanks for checking out my videos. And please subscribe. Shout the cock out. We peace out.